Greetings, this is Jim Phillips with Remember Veteran Grave Markers. I want to thank everybody for listening today. I want to share with you some interesting pieces here. The first piece is here, you're looking at a grave marker from the Civil War era, and you'll see a piece of wood underneath it. Well, that wood is a 13-inch ruler, and that becomes significant because that determines kind of what time and period that the headstone was actually created. Now, we're here at Willow Cemetery in Oregon, Ohio, working on this. I seem to be working pretty fast. Now, that ruler I pointed out has 13 inches. 10 inches, a 10-inch stone is the earliest stone that was produced for veterans of the Civil War. Generally speaking, they're the ones who actually died in the Civil War shortly thereafter. It went from 10 inches to 12 inches, which is the next size difference, which carried up through the Indian Wars into the Spanish-American War. And then the next size difference would be 13 inches, the length of that particular ruler. So I share that with you because it is an interesting little factoid that goes along with it. Notice I'm washing pretty quick here. I'm using Orvis soap to be able to do this. Really pretty good stuff. Now, I'm at this point here, gone through it, cleaned it, scrubbed it. Now I'm going to go ahead and rinse it. Now, as I rinse it, I noticed the gentleman's name. As you remember, the stone looked horrible, is Sgt John Spencer, Company C, 43rd USCI. USCI is United States Colored Infantry. Now, that's an interesting one because it's not the Ohio Infantry or Maryland Infantry. It's the Colored Infantry. So most of the colored units were actually produced under the U.S., United States, Colored Infantry banner. And his... and John was a sergeant in there, so which means he's possibly a white NCO, or it could be a black NCO. Either way, the NCOs of those particular companies and battalions and regiments were either white or black. The officers were white, but that was back in the day. This is an interesting stone because it does tell the story. It's a 12-inch stone, and it's with a soldier that had served in the 43rd USCI. So as you'll see here, as I get this rinsed off here, we'll take a look at it, and I'll have USCI circled. Take a look here now. Notice that? 43rd USCI. Be mindful of it. These are the things you learn. So I think that when you start doing this stuff, you learn more about what the history is, or what the history of your soldier is, and that you can develop a great perspective on history with this. So we look at the soldier is a member of the 43rd USCI. It's a 12-inch stone, which means it happened after the Civil War, but that doesn't mean that this soldier did not fight in the Civil War. And that he was a sergeant. So a lot of good stuff there. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it and it was informative. Take care. We'll talk again. Bye. This is Jim Phillips with Remember Veteran Grave Markers. Out. Please like, subscribe, and share.